Hi, I'm Autism Amy. That's what my friend calls me. I'm Amy. I'm just regular Amy. And I have autism. And I'm a teacher and a parent. And a parenting coach. And an accessibility advocate on a mission to make homeschools and workplaces safer and gentler for all neurotypes. I'm just going to define some words for you. I'm going to define them in the way I use them. Generally speaking, there's going to be a lot of overlap with the way they're sort of generally used in neurodivergent circles. But I guess you always, whenever you're talking about stuff like this that can be really, really nuanced, you want to make sure that you understand how the words are being defined and how they're being used. Because if you just kind of assume a definition, you might not really be able to dig into that nitty-gritty of stuff. If you're using things that isn't quite like shaded the way it's being used within that conversation. So that, I guess, would be my first advice, is to just make sure you're defining the terms. So I'm defining the word neurotype as the type of brain that you have. The way your brain works, your operating system in your brain. And then neurotypical is what has been called normal, is the type of brain that the colonial world was built to support. There's kind of an assumed level of like sensory processing and executive functioning, and a lot of these sort of unspoken social rules would be, to me, the markers of a neurotypical. I like showing the markers of a neurotypical because we talk about the markers of neurodivergence. So we need to talk about the markers of all the neurotypes. So to me, no neurotype is better than any others. It just is. It's your operating system. And it's not worth saying who's better, because we just are who we are. And if you're interested in saying one's better than another, then get out of here. Neurodivergent is a neurotype that is not that. Not neurotypical. So there's a broad range of neurodivergent. I will link down below the person who made up the word neurodivergent. And they made it to be an inclusive term. So they made it to include all these, all the different neurotypes. So autism, ADHD, dyslexia. I think even like mental illness diagnoses often get lumped into neurodivergent as well. I don't believe in being exclusive. So generally speaking, if you identify a certain way, then you can be accepted within that community. Self-diagnosis is another term. So that I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. It's like you diagnose yourself. Because an actual assessment and diagnosis by a professional is expensive and taxing and difficult. And I cried a lot. So it's hard to do, and it's not accessible for everyone. So a lot of times people will look at the diagnostic criteria for these different neurodivergents and kind of go, oh, interesting, I'm kind of exploring this for myself, and I'm kind of trying these things on. So generally speaking, in autism communities, as well as like in sort of broader neurodivergent communities, self-diagnosis is valid. So if you're sort of saying, I'm self-diagnosing myself as this, that's generally considered to be valid, and you're considered to be part of that community. Because we understand that the medical industrial complex, the way it is, was not built for holistic well-being, especially of neurodivergent folks. So we have to navigate it how we can. In addition, when there's for-profit healthcare, there's a financial component to this too. And we know a lot of neurodivergent folks, a lot of autistic folks are unemployed or underemployed, which means they don't have the income or the benefits to be able to provide for an assessment that would help them to be able to get accommodations in the workplace. And so it's sort of like the snake eating its own tail. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, follow. You're valuable. You are worth a lot. Whether you're autistic, whether you're disabled, whatever any of these words are for you, you are loved and you are perfectly yourself. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise.